Hello and welcome to Lore of the Cards, the series that looks to discover the lore hidden within your Hearthstone deck. Now, I know I'm a little late to the Ungoro party. This is due to goings on in my personal life that needed sorting, I'm afraid, but I have finally arrived. Now, Noble has done a good job briefly covering the lore of the zone itself, so very basically, Ungoro is a kind of like Titan research area. I've decided to take a bit of a different direction to cover Ungoro. Most pros and streamers will often give their analysis on cards upon release, how good or bad cards are, where those cards may be used, that kind of thing. Since I suck at playing, my advice on that will be terrible, so I'm going to do card analysis the 6 Gamers way, giving you snippets of lore for each card as each one is revealed. Maybe I'll do a prediction video of a few cards I suspect will be announced soon. Maybe I'll weave some predictions seamlessly into this. We only have a handful of cards right now, so let's take a look. As Ben Brode and Jason Chase correctly stated, there is a volcano slap bang in the middle of Ungoro. This stone lava dispenser is called Fireplume Ridge and is swarming with fire elementals. The hottest point of Fireplume Ridge is 428,000 degrees. Cracklen height, a unit of measurement patented by the Goblin Crackle. This volcano alone houses several possible cards that may make it into the game. Perhaps we'll see another fire elemental like Fireguard Destroyer, or perhaps one of them will make it to legendary status, joining Baron Geddon and Ragnaros. At the top of Fireplume Ridge within a cave sits the strongest of the fire elementals of Ungoro, Blaze Runner. Within the crater, an expedition of explorers and scientists have journeyed to Ungoro to investigate the unique ecosystem found within. The expedition set up camp near Fireplume, and their leader, Wilden Marshall, became concerned about the fire elementals. Knowing that these elementals could be prone to fits of rage, it would only take one to go on a rampage to destroy their equipment and notes. To send a statement to their new neighbours, Marshall hired adventurers to slay several fire elementals at the ridge, so that they dare not trifle with the expedition. While the hero successfully slew several elementals, Marshall was still concerned about Blaze Runner and asked the hero to deal with it as well. So maybe Wilden himself will be a card, or maybe any one of his fellow scientists or explorers could be too. Fireplume Ridge was also where heroes discovered the goblin Ringo. Ringo had gone to explore the volcano for the expedition, but became lost. Without any way to escape the blistering heat, he passed out, but luckily he was rescued. Ringo did appear in the Warcraft trading card game, so maybe Hearthstone will think him worthy enough to become a card. We've already seen the Mage legendary announced in the form of the Phoenix Pyros. This legendary bird of flame is an invention of the Hearthstone team, but we have seen a Phoenix as far back as Warcraft 3, it being the most powerful spell of the Blood Mage hero unit. This spell would summon a powerful ally that not only attacked its target with searing flame, but also burnt all other enemies that surrounded it. Since the Phoenix was a being of pure flame, it would eventually burn out, but when it did, it would change into an egg, which after a short period would give birth to another flaming bird. This rebirth mechanic was first introduced in Warcraft 3, but has been introduced in Hearthstone too. But Pyros is stronger every time it is reborn. The most notable Blood Mage in Warcraft 3 was Prince Kael'thas Sunstrider. His race, the High Elves, suffered a devastating loss during the Third War, with almost their entire race being exterminated by the undead Scourge. Kael, his father Anasterian having died in a final stand, took over as the race's leader, who renamed themselves as Blood Elves, to honour those who had died at the hands of the Scourge. The Phoenix that Kael summoned was not only a powerful spell he wrought, but also became a symbol of his entire people. The High Elves may have been extinguished by the Scourge, but they became reborn as unrelenting Blood Elves. The Phoenix is even used as the symbol upon the Blood Elf racial banner. In World of Warcraft, Kael became the final boss of the Eye Raid, and the raid's first encounter was the Phoenix Alar. Adventurers had to defeat Alar several times before Kael's precious pet stayed dead. The Phoenix could also be obtained as a mount, as a very rare drop from Kael himself. Let's cover Verdun Longneck and Gentle Megasaur together next, as there really isn't much here. In World of Warcraft, there are no long-necked dinosaurs with 4 legs. There are many dinosaurs which are all likely candidates for cards, some being depicted in the adaptation cards, but none like these two. The only species that comes close is the Threshodon, long-necked aquatic beasts. Maybe these long-necked giants were unable to adapt fast enough along with the Ungoro predators, and paid the price. The Priest Quest card Awaken the Makers likely refers to a place within Ungoro called the Shaper's Terrace. While Amara cannot be found here, in fact she's a Hearthstone only character, the Titan-forged Nablia can. Why the Hearthstone team decided to go with their own creation rather than one that already exists, I don't know. Perhaps it feeds in a little to this new slightly story-oriented route they want to take with expansions. From Shaper's Terrace, Nablia continues the work of the Titans for which Ungoro was created. She experiments with the life forms within, testing their limits. This location was previously cloaked from mortal eyes until the cataclysm that tore the world apart damaged the cloaking device, revealing Nablia's hiding place. The Titan Forged allows heroes who discover her to aid her in her observations while she in turn observes them. One of the hero's observations looked at the blood petal native to Ungoro. Nablia wanted to see the hero pit one blood petal against another. These poisonous and ferocious moving plants were very effective even against each other, let alone beings of flesh and blood. Could this be one of the deadly plants Broden Chase hinted about? In another observation, the hero became a gorilla and spoke with other gorillas that offered advice to them. Firstly, that some of the gorillas had harnessed the power of thunder and their thunderous stomps could stun dinosaurs. Second, that tribal strength was more important than the strength of an individual. And third, that these gorillas did not respect orcs and humans, as those predators only killed the gorillas for their fur and left them to rot. They also told each other jokes in this observation, mocking the hero for earlier quests where he or she came and killed gorillas just because a goblin told them to. Because heroes are stupid and smelly and walk on 2 legs. Though the gorilla does concede this joke needs work. It's quite possible these gorilla will be seen as cards, and perhaps their thunderous stomps will play into their card mechanics. In a third observation, Nablia wanted the hero to test the limits of a pterodactyl's wings. This is a flying dinosaur we will no doubt see as a card. They were in the trailer after all. With ease, the dinosaur was able to fly high above the trees of Ungoro. Nablia also wanted the adventurer to make a Diametrodon bite a load of the scientists at Marshall's Refuge. Don't know why. For a laugh, Diametrodon also likely coming to a card reveal near you. So, that's a snippet of lore for each card that's been revealed so far. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you'd like to see me do this with each card revealed leading up to the expansion. Of course, some may have basically no lore, as we've already seen, and some may have much more to be uncovered that we can look at in future episodes. This will hopefully give a feel for the expansion's lore and Ungoro itself. If you like the art, I'll do my best to credit the artists in the description below, but it may be a difficult task with the revealed cards. If you want to find out what 6 are up to next, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Until next time, happy Hearthstoning.